right, the fuel pump's located underneath this seat. So what we're gonna do is grab under the front of the seat in the back, lift up right here and right there. Then you can just slide the seat out. And just pull this mat out of the way. Underneath this cover is where the fuel pump is. I'm just gonna take a trim tool, or you could take a screwdriver, pop this cover off, set that aside. All right, before I take any of this out, there's a lot of dirt in there. I'm just gonna take some compressed air, just watch your eyes and blow it out. Now I'm just gonna move this connector out of the way, disconnect this connector that's attached to the fuel pump. Push it down a little bit, push on the lock, and disconnect it like that. Slide it out of the way. Now before I disconnect the fuel line, I wanna release the pressure, the fuel pressure that's in the line. I'm actually gonna try to start the vehicle. The vehicle may not start, but that should alleviate the pressure. You could disconnect one of the fuses for the fuel pump or even the relay, but if you're disconnecting the fuel pump anyway, it doesn't matter. And the vehicle's not gonna start anyway, so that should have alleviated the pressure. You may get a check engine light afterwards. You might have to clear a code. All right, there's a clip right here. We just want to take that clip off there. If you need to, you can use your trim tool. Try to push that off, or a screwdriver. Slide that off there. And if you want to get these wires out of the way more, you can move this grommet. Just pull it through here and disconnect this connector. And just slide these out of the way. And move that out of the way. All right, let's disconnect the fuel line. You need to pinch this piece right here. This blue piece, that's the lock on the fuel line. Just push that and slide this out. It'd be good to have a rag. Just put a rag over just in case there is any pressure. Just slide the line off. And there was no pressure, which is good. Slide that out of the way. Now they have special adapters that you can take this lock ring off with. What I'm gonna use is a brass punch. The reason you use a brass punch is so you don't get any sparks. And a hammer. Keep the rag on there so fuel doesn't spray everywhere. Loosen the lock ring. Slide the lock ring out. Try to clean up any excess dirt that's right in that area. Now, I'm just gonna get a drain bucket, drain pan nearby so that we can grab the pump and just slide it up. Lift it up. I'm gonna let it drain for a second. I don't want to spill gas all over the inside of the car. Just tip it a little bit. So you're going to tip it towards the passenger side of the car. The level sensor is right here. So tip it like that. Try to get the level sensor out and put it into the bucket. Take this seal, peel it up. Take a rag and just wipe any of the dirt. Try not to get it into the tank. If a little bit falls in the tank, that's okay. Take the new seal, just make sure there's no dirt there. Reposition that. That looks good right there. Take the new pump, slide the float towards the passenger side. And this ear is going to go right here. Keep in mind when you took it out, that's how it wants to go back in. Take the lock ring. Slide that in position. And take the brass punch and we'll just tighten it up. There we go. All right, just check, make sure that it looks like those are all the way in the lock position. That looks pretty good. All the way around. All right, so the connector for the fuel line has a lock right here. We got to take that off the old one. Just take that and just slide it like this. Just make sure it's not cracked or anything and it looks good. All right, you can either install it in the line like this, lock it in place, or you can install it on the pump. Take this little cover off and lock that in place. That's good. All right, so there's a little bit of dirt in there. I'll just take a blowgun, blow that dirt out of there. Now take these wires, we'll fish these through here. Just like that. Push this rubber grommet back in. Find that other connector. Connect this connector. And push this lock, this retainer back onto the lock ring. And reconnect the fuel pump connector. Just line it up. Lock it in place. That's good. At this point, it's a good idea to just test it and make sure everything's working and you don't have any leaks. So I'm going to start the car. All right, start the car. We want to prime it for a second. So turn the key on, then we'll turn it off. Turn it on again. Turn it off. I'll do it 3 times. And then try to start the car. And there we go, starts up. Let it run, stabilize out. And shut it off. Take the cover, line that back up. Now take this cover right here, pull the seat belts out. And that's good. Now line the seat up, pull the seat belts through their position. And the belts themselves go right here. That on this side as well. Tuck it underneath and push down, lock it in place.